What's up, everybody? In life, sometimes there are things that we want that we will never have. You know what I'm talking about? You know, like that girl at the coffee shop that you're like, I like her so much, but she has a boyfriend and she's not in love with me. You should go for it anyway. YOLO. Life is short. Go for it anyway. What are we talking about? Oh, 5 things in Summoner's War. Summoner's War. 5 things. That's not bad life advice to just go for it. Life is short. Anyway, 5 things we want in Summoner's War that we will not see. Why will we not see them? Because money. For the most part. Some of these seem kind of reasonable. Some of these are like, why have we not seen these? This would be great. But for the most part, the reason that we haven't seen these is because Comtois makes more money not giving them to us, even though the players want them. And in some of these, like in other games, the other games have been able to pull it off successfully without like breaking the game and actually give the players some of the things that I'm talking about. So anyway, let's get it started. Number 1, feel like this is a very reasonable one. Number 1, Nat 4 Devil Mons. Why? Why can we not have these? Why are, like, this is reasonable. Okay, to put it into context, there's another game that I play that I've done sponsored content for also called Raid Shadow Legends. It has equivalent to, the skill ups in that game are equivalent to this game. It's relevant, like I'm not trying to promote them, I'm just trying to give comparison. The skill ups in that game are done with books. They have 3-star versions, 4-star versions, 5-star versions of the books, right? Different rarities, very hard to get the 5-star ones, kind of easy to get the 3-star ones. 3 stars, you can only skill up the 3 stars with them. Why, if that game was able to do it just fine, it didn't break the game, they even have in-app purchases for the books as well, why can we not see the, like, are they expecting us to just keep buying Devilmon packs and Devilmoning the Nat 4s? We're buying the Devilmons for the Nat 5s, and there's a limited amount of Devilmons anyway. Like, why not offer Nat 4 Devilmons? Just to skill up Nat 4s. Why, like, and this is not like I'm the first person to ever think of this. This is, people have been asking for this for a long time, and it's still not in the game. And Comtois is like, we don't care. You know what they're gonna do? Like, they eventually do things that players want, like 2 years too late. But even though people have been asking for this for years, like, watch we see it 2 years from now, like, we finally Nat 4 Devilmons, 1 per month. Like, God, tell us why. But it's not like, it's not that we're asking for a whole lot, asking for Nat 4 Devilmons. Because like I said, there's other games that, not just the one, but there's other games that have done this, and it's worked just fine. They offer the in-app purchases for them, and it's fine. Comtois, here's an idea. Here's a brilliant idea. Kill 2 birds with 1 stone. You want more people to play RTA, right? Why not offer Nat 4 Devilmons from RTA as rewards? You need more RTA rewards because your RTA rewards suck. Anyway, moving on. I like, there's no reason that these shouldn't be in the game. They're really, like, even from a money aspect, like, they could charge in-app purchases. It's not like we just use the Nat 4s without being skilled up. That's the alternative. It's not like we're buying $10,000 worth of packs. I mean, some people buy $10,000 worth of stuff, but it's not for Nat 4 skill ups. It's like we just wait for the Nat 4 skill ups. That's all. Our alternative is we're just waiting to skill it up instead of buying Devilmon packs to skill it up. So, anyway. Moving on. Like, some people buy Devilmons for Nat 4s, but that was the twins when they first came out. Anyway, moving on. Attribute change scrolls. See, this is more of like the money aspect. This is more like people would take, I mean, they did give us a way to use our dupes, which is nice. But attribute change scrolls is a great way to, or it comes down to money. It comes down to money because they want to sell those stones, the summon stone rotations for the summon stone rotations. They want to sell the stones, so they're not going to give us attribute change scrolls. We've been wanting it for forever, like especially the people that are like, I have 4 Jamirs, I have no Zyros, I need a Zyros, or like 3 Varads, or like whatever. People that have 5 Alicias and no Tiana, like the people that just keep getting the same of the same. I don't have this one. I have all these other ones in this element, and not this one. I keep getting the wrong color. And it's stopping me from making progress. I just want the right color one. So Yeah, tribute change. People wanted this for a while, but this kind of boils more down to the money, though, is why we're not going to get this. Unfortunately. Because I feel for, like, Man, I use Zyro so much. I feel for the in arena offense, right? I feel for the people that don't have him. I feel for the people that don't have like these staple monsters. That's like, oh yeah, you need arena offense. Just use this. There's other things you can always use. Lucian, you could always use different things. And Homunculus. A lot of times, if you don't have a specific Nat 5 that you feel like you need, the Light and Dark Homunculus will take the place of, they're kind of like a little bit more watered down version of whatever Nat 5 you need, but there's stuff that resets, there's stuff that strips, there's stuff that does all kinds of different things. So if you need a specific Nat 5, take a look at the different builds that you can do for the Homunculus, because they could be very viable alternatives to whatever you're looking for. Light Dark Transcendence Scroll. We don't even have a Light Dark Legendary, let alone Transcendence Scroll. Guaranteed Light Dark Nat 5? That would be crazy. They would lose so much money. Okay, so here's the thing. The Light Dark Legendary is actually, the code for it is in the game, but they never released it. The code for it has been in the game for a while. There's no way to actually get Light Dark Legendaries, but they have been interested in putting it into the game, although as a community, we have kind of warned against it. So maybe Comtois like doesn't want to put it in because like we as a community have been like, oh, if we see a Light Dark Legendary, it means the game is dying, right? At this point, like maybe they don't want that bad PR of like they introduce a scroll in the game is like people are afraid that the game is dying and sell their account and stuff like that. Like that might not be a good idea. So we almost kind of like bit ourselves in the foot or shot ourselves in the face or something. I don't know. We might have done it to ourselves to like not have the Light Dark Legendaries in the game. Although there's other games that have done Light Dark Legendaries and done just fine. And Light Dark Legendary introduced $200. Here you go. Here's a package. There's other stuff in it as well, but Light Dark Legendaries, and you get a guaranteed Nat 4 or above. And at this point, like, half the Nat 4s are Hall of Heroes as well. So half the people that get these for $200, or get the Legendaries for $200, Light Dark Legendaries, would just be getting Hall of Heroes monsters and be pissed. Like, you $200 and you got a Hall of Heroes monster? Unless they made it like you can't get a Hall of Heroes monster from a Light Dark Legendary. If that was the case, that would be a different story. But you know there'd be people that are pissed off, right? So anyway, I feel like we kind of like bit ourselves in the spit and shot ourselves in the wherever, I don't care, by like warning that if we see Light Dark Legendaries, the game is dying, even though it didn't really hurt like the other games that have done stuff like this. But Transcendence Scroll is like a totally different beast entirely. Like Light Dark Legendary is possible that we do eventually see it, especially since they put the code in the game. But Light Dark Transcendence, if we think about all the crazy huge whales in the game that are spending, and there's like, it's not like there's one or two players that are spending like $100,000. There's like, there's a handful of people that are like spending like, there's more money spent on this game than you even realize. It's pretty insane. Even casual players are spending like thousands and thousands, and a lot of them are like a couple $1,000s on Light Dark Scrolls, right? So when you think about that, like how much would they have to charge to not lose money on those? Because a lot of people are buying those Light Darks to try to get a Nat 5. So they're making so much money on the Light Darks for people trying to get Nat 5s that they can't give them like there's no price that would be like legitimate and not insane for a Light Dark Nat 5 guaranteed scroll. You know what I mean? Even though like half the Light Dark monsters, Light Dark Nat 5s, are not even good enough to be like really like, oh my god, like to warrant the price. If we think about it, like, okay, to put it into perspective, the chance of getting a Light Dark Nat 5 are like 1 in 280 or something like that. I don't remember the 1 287. Anyway, it's 1 in almost 300 chance, right? And it's $30 for a package of 1. There's other games that like give you more than that, or do it differently, or etc., etc. But for Summoner's War, it's one for $30. So if we think about it, it's almost $9,000 for, on average, if you're gonna whale for Light Dark Nat 5s, on average, it's pretty insane. It's a pretty insane amount of money, and there are people willing to, I mean, they don't want to spend it, but they do. And they don't realize they're spending as much as they are, but they still get, like, there's even people that are like crazy rich people that are like doing 200, 300 light dark summon sessions. It's insane. And to give them a trans scroll for like any amount of money, that's a reasonable amount of money for an in-app purchase, to give them a Nat 5 guarantee, then they lose all the money for those thousands of dollars that all these other people are willing to spend on light darks. So it's pretty crazy. Like they can't charge 200 for it. They would have to be more than that. And what do they charge for it? 300? That's not enough. 400, 500, 500. If you see an in-app purchase for $500, that's gonna be a news story. People are gonna be like, this company is out of control. $500 for an in-app purchase. Like, that's gonna spark some serious controversy around that. And even with $500 for an in-app purchase, that wouldn't even be enough to warrant the trans scroll. Like, because Comtrose makes so much money that that's not even enough. That is an insane statement. I know as it's coming out of my mouth, that is insane. I never thought I would be talking about this and being like, $500 for one little thing, fake thing in a fake video game online is not enough to charge. That is an insane statement. But that is the true statement, is they make more money by not doing that. So, and they're not gonna get like free-to-play players to stop being free-to-play by offering that. They're just gonna give the whales a super huge discount. That's kind of what it is, right? And then they're not gonna sell any light dark packs after that, because it's gonna be like, well, I don't need any of this crap. I got the Transcendence. So, anyway, light dark Transcendence never gonna see the light of day. Light dark Legendary, it's possible, but the code's been in the game for a long time. But how crazy would that be? Anyway, next one. What is the next one? Primary Stat Rune REAPP. We're not gonna see this. I mean, I feel like if we did see this though, also this is not my rune, I wouldn't have kept rolling it. This is a sad rune, right? It's sad in so many ways. Innate. It's just sad. It's just sad rune. I wouldn't have rolled this. But this besides the point. Like, it's just a gross rune. How many have we sold of these that if this came out, Primary Stat REAPP, we would be furious. We'd be like, I sold how many garbage runes? I can't even imagine. By myself alone, I sold way too many. That'd be like, you really gonna give everyone this? What the hell? You could have told me this years ago. Come to us. I mean, that just makes a lot more runes. That would make a lot more runes viable. That would be like a huge bump to... We're not going to see it, but it'd be crazy. Imagine if we did that. Imagine if we did see it. Oh, that'd be nuts. Primary Stat Rune REAPP. Because we saw the REAPPs and we didn't think we were going to see those. But I still feel like we're not going to see these ever. They will never see the light of day. Last one that we're never going to see. Monster trading. I've been doing I was trying to do little mock-ups of things for to give people examples. So people be like, wait, what is that? Where did you take that in the game from, Bagel? I don't see that. Yeah, monster trading, where you can trade a monster to some. Again, this comes down to money. If you can just trade with someone, there's several ways to think about this. If you can just trade with someone, then you're just gonna find friends and make friends with whoever has the monsters you want, etc., etc. It also comes up with the fact that there's going to be a huge... Comtrose is not going to make money anymore. People are just going to be buying things from each other. It's not even going to be trading friends for it. It's going to be... And so many people have been like, Bagel, what if they sell it in that... you can only trade with someone after you buy a package to enable one trade with someone. That's still not... No, they're still going to lose money. And... monster trading is way too strong because you can just start alts and you could just keep doing your alt until you get oh, I got a Fermion, I got a whatever, Fermion. I'm not gonna start an alt just for a Fermion. I'm keep re-rolling that thing. But you can start an alt, go to Feynman, re-roll the account, or you can buy a cheap account and then a cheap account with a light dark Nat 5 that's level 5 or whatever. Or you can't even be level 5, can you, to get a light dark Nat 5? Because you have to complete Feynman. Anyway, whatever level 10, whatever. Level 10 Yen Hong account. Buy that, trade with your main, have a Yen Hong. That's not gonna happen. Or whatever monster, doesn't have to necessarily be that. But yeah, it's way too strong. It's way too strong. It would stop people from summoning and they would just make more alts and they would just buy things from. Then you would have like you would have stores. You would have online marketplaces of like, what Nat 5 do you want? We will trade you for it. Give me $65 and I will trade you I don't know. I'll trade you a Varad for $65. You know, we would see things like that. I don't know what they would even go for. Like if we saw that, they'd probably go for actually a lot less. It'd probably be really cheap, and then people wouldn't just not buy scrolls anymore. They'd be like, I don't need any of these summons because I'm just gonna trade and use the online marketplace. Like they would just lose so much money. Even if they limited it, they would still lose so much money. Also, I don't know why JMac needs a Ciara. JMac got plenty of Ciaras. Speaking of people that have way too many Varads and would trade a Varad for $65, JMac's got about 3 billion Varads on his account. If you've ever seen it, he's like the Varad master. Anyway, that's it for this one. Hope you guys enjoyed it. What do you think about the 5 things? What do you want out of the game that we will never see the light of day? I know you're gonna be like, you know what I like from the game? I would like a Ganny Hathor nerf. That will never see the light of day. I would like a Violent Proc nerf. That will never see the light of day. Yeah, never gonna see those, right? Although we did actually, we got the Violent nerf for RTA RUNE. I feel like that if that was across the whole game, that wouldn't even be bad. Like the Violent Proc nerf for RTA, if that was the whole game, that would be fine. Because then you're not going to see any Theomarses procking 4 times in Guild Siege, right? Craziness. Anyway, like I said, that's it for this one. What do you guys want to see that will never... What do you guys want that will never see the light of day? Hope you guys enjoyed it. I will see you as always in the next one.